Today we're checking out these Mammoth Rear Lowering Shackles 1.5 inch for the 2015 to 2020 F-150s, excluding the Raptor. If you generally like the stance of your truck, but you're tired of the factory rake where the rear sits up higher than the front end, these are a simple way to level things out without making the ride feel too harsh, so they're definitely worth considering. The main feature here is the fact that these are designed to drop the rear of the truck by about 1.5 inches, which is perfect for getting a more leveled look. These are going to be great if you just want the truck to look cleaner from that side profile and you want to eliminate that factory rake and have a nice flat line. The nice part about this set is that you get that drop and eliminate the factory rake without sacrificing ride quality, because you're not swapping springs or doing anything too extreme. You're just changing the shackle length to bring the rear down in a controlled way. You're also getting a pinion angle shims included, which is a big deal here because lowering the rear can change driveline angles, and the shims are gonna help keep everything happy and smooth. Another good feature here is how straightforward this install is, and they reuse the factory leaf spring shackle hardware, so it's a simple bolt-on swap. Just keep in mind that these do need to be greased on the initial install and periodically after that to prevent wear and squeaks over time. And in some cases, you may need to remove the factory leaf spring block to land at a proper final height. When it comes to the construction on this, you are getting heavy-duty steel shackles with a high-density polyurethane bushing designed in a gloss black powder coat for strength and long-term corrosion resistance. Overall, these are just very heavy-duty, and they're a set-it-and-forget-it type of thing with a little bit of greasing maintenance to prevent squeak. Other than that, they're gonna last you the life of the truck. Now, as far as pricing goes on this, it's coming in right in the $100 price range. For a quick stance fix that includes the pinion shims and doesn't beat up the ride too much, that's a solid value compared to piecing together a rear drop with random parts and still not getting the truck to sitting right. When it comes to the install on this one, it's going to get rated just a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you should be able to get this job done in 2 hours of your time max. Now let's head on out to the shop. We're going to give you a detailed walkthrough of exactly how this install process goes.
For this install, you will need various size pry bars, 1/2 inch ratchet and breaker bar, an impact, a 3/8 to 1/2 inch adapter if necessary, 15, 21 deep and shallow 24 millimeter sockets, 18 and 21 millimeter wrenches, a dead blow mallet, and also not shown here is a pole jack or a jack and jack stands and an extra set of hands. All right, today we're going to be installing some lowering shackles on our F-150, so let's get started. All right, so we've got our truck in the air, we've got the wheels off. Now we have a pole jack underneath the side of the differential that we're going to be working on. The first thing we'll need to do is remove the lower shock mounting bolt. So we'll grab our 18 millimeter wrench and a 15 mil socket and pop that off. Now we'll get this off. Next, we're going to remove our 4 nuts for our U-bolts. That's going to be a 21 millimeter socket. So we'll get that off and get our cradle out, then remove our U-bolts. Support your cradle and remove your last nut. We'll pull our U-bolts out for now. Now we're going to remove our factory block temporarily. So we'll lower our differential down enough to get that out. Slide that out of the way and set it aside. All right, so now we're going to remove the 2 mounting bolts for our shackle. Now the first one that goes to your body side mount, you're going to need a 21 millimeter socket on a ratchet and then a 24 millimeter socket, preferably a deep socket on a breaker bar to get this loosened up. So we'll do that first. All right, so we'll get our 24 mil socket in backside opening. Make sure that's secure on your nut. Our 21 mil socket here. And we'll break this loose. And once we have this loose, we're going to switch out to an impact so we can run this out. Remove our nut, just like so. We're going to leave this bolt a little bit in so we can loosen up and remove our nut on this top one. So now for our leaf spring side of our shackle, we're going to need a 21 mil open-ended wrench and our 24 mil deep socket. Remove our nut. So now we're going to begin removing the 2 bolts for our shackle. Now the first one will come right out. You just need a pry bar to kind of relieve the tension on that. So we'll get that out first. And then for our leaf spring side of our shackle, we're going to need to pry up and out on it in order to get enough room to remove the bolt. Now you may need a couple pry bars and an extra set of hands for this. Definitely want to be careful with it, but we'll get this first one out and then we'll work on our upper shackle bolt. So we'll get our bottom one out first. Get the tension. Now you do want to support your leaf spring while you're doing this. It is going to drop down a little bit. All right, so now for our upper bolt, we're going to get a very large pry bar. We're going to hook onto our frame rail like so. I'm going to push this up first. You may need to work your shackle out. Get your shackle out of the seat first. Get in here. You gotta come out far enough to get this bolt out. This may take a few tries. Bring that down and let it rest. All right, so now we're going to install our new shackle. Now this is going to go with the gusset up, not down. And the open end side is going to go to your leaf spring. The bushed side is going to go to your frame mount. We're going to reuse our factory hardware in the same orientation, so we will need to pry out on our leaf spring again to do that. So we'll get our pry bar and get going on that. So we've got our large pry bar. We'll get that back into position. I do have an extra set of hands to help me with the shackle. So we'll get up first and through. And guide this back into the mounting area. That'll be good for now. Now we'll loosely reinstall our 24 mil nut just to keep the bolt in position, and then we can get our bottom mounting point lined up on our frame mount. You want to lift up on this. You may need a dead blow mallet for this. It's a little tight going in. Now we've got that close. We do need to bring it up a little bit more. So I've got my small pry bar. Work this up. Once that's lined up, we'll reinstall our other factory bolt. Now we'll reinstall our other 24 millimeter nut. And we'll come back and tighten these down. Now we'll tighten down our upper bolt first with our 21 millimeter wrench and 24 mil socket. Now we'll tighten down our bottom bolt with our 21 mil socket and our 24 mil socket for our nut. All right, so now that we've got our shackle in, we're going to reinstall our block, our U-bolts, and our shock mounting bolt. Now your kit does come with some pinion angle correction shims. These are optional in case you get a driveline vibration or something like that. Now in the process of installing these shims, you have kicked the rear of your leaf spring up, so naturally your pinion angle is going to be more forward. So if you're going to install these shims, you want the larger end to be at the rear. It's going to kick the pinion angle back down. Again, If you have a driveline vibration, these do come with your kit. We'll show you how to install them either way. All right, so you're gonna reinstall your block first, lined up with your perch locators. We're gonna bring in our shim, line it up with our leaf spring locators, like so. We're gonna use our pole jack to bring our differential back up. You may need to shimmy this around to get these to line back up, so we'll do that now. All right, so now we can reinstall our U-bolts. We'll get our cradle back in. Reinstall our 21 mil nuts. We'll get our 21 mil socket and tighten these down. Now you want to tighten these in a crisscross pattern to make sure they tighten evenly. Now we can reinstall our lower shock mounting bolt, so we'll compress our shock, get it lined up, and get our bolt and nut back in place. We'll grab our 15 mil socket and 18 mil wrench to tighten that down. All right, now once you've got this side installed, you can repeat the same process for the other side. Always remember to torque your hardware back down to the manufacturer specifications. Alrighty, that about wraps up our review and install of our Mammoth 1.5-inch rear lowering shackles for your 15 to 20 F-150, excluding the Raptor. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.